So in this series, I'm going to take you through different tools that will enable you to become a data analyst. So for more information, I will ask you to go to MapR Academy Pro and then follow their materials. So this is just a summary version of it. So let's start with pig. So pig, the scripts are written in pig Latin, which is a different language. And pig is essentially used for automating ETL workflows for unstructured data. And hcatalog is used to get the schema from the Hive metastore. And the default data type in pig is byte array, even though it supports integer, long, float, double, and char array. So always the default data type is byte array. So if you have a date time in your data and you want to load it, it's usually loaded as a char array and you have to use toDate function to convert into time format. So basic, so there is different kind of entities in pig. It's unlike the SQL. A field is a single piece of data and a map is actually a key value pair, which you are already familiar with if you're working with JSON data. For example, name is ABC and age is 99, which is a map. And a tuple is actually an ordered collection of fields. This is very similar to a structured data type in Hive. A bag is an unordered collection of tuple, and a relation is it could be an outer bag, or it may contain a bag or a tuple. A relation is a primary unit or entity in pig. So a relation could be regarded as a table in Hive or in your RDBMS world. So how does the relations are stored in pig? So the default storage is pig storage, and there is other storage available for you to store data. For example, a JSON storage, a HBase storage, a bin storage, and a pig dump. Or it could be a custom format as well. The default file type is always tab limited. So let's move on to the basic ETL data manipulation in pig. So we load the data using the load operator. So you load, give the file path using, which is your storage type. The default is pig storage, and as, and you specify the schema. Dump is a basic data manipulation tool which is very similar to select star from table. Remember, if you use dump, it actually triggers a map reduce job. So the next operator is limit. If you want to limit only the first 10 rows, then you use limit operator. So if, for example, here I use TMP equal to limit any relation and then I put 10, so which means it will limit 10 first 10 rows of this relation and store it in temp. Remember, when you issue this command, it never triggers a map reduce job. Only when you put dump tmp, that's when it triggers a map reduce job and then prints the first 10 rows. The next operation is describe, which is essentially to print the schema of the relation, and it does not trigger a map reduce job. It basically reads the Hive metastore and then gets the schema and then prints it. It never triggers a map reduce job. Illustrate is another command where it actually displays the schema and also a sample of data. Illustrate actually triggers a map reduce job. The next operation is explain. So explain is essentially gives you the data flow, which includes the map reduce jobs. For each generate command is actually when you're trying to select few columns and then trying to from the table, that's what it is equivalent of. And instead of column names, you can actually use $0 to refer, sorry, $1 to actually refer to the first column, $2 to actually refers to the second column, and so on. Remember, pig relations are not persistent. You have to use store command to save the relation into pig storage. And the user defined functions are usually stored in piggy bank, and it can be written in Python, Java, and Ruby. And the data manipulation languages are commands are distinct, which is um, trying which you if you're trying to get the unique rows from a relation. Filter, if you're this is more like a where clause in your SQL. So filters a relation based on a certain condition. And a sample command actually tries to returns a random sample. And union and join are very similar to the SQL. Union tries to concatenate two or more relation, and while join tries to combine one or more relation based on a condition. Group is used if you try to build a nested structure from a single relation, and a co-group is used if you tries to build a nested structure from a multiple relation. The other data manipulation are order, rank, and flatten. I'll see you in the next video where I will talk about Hive. Thank you.